Have you ever run from something you knew you were supposed to face? A responsibility you didn't want? A calling you were afraid of? That's exactly what Jonah didn't. It nearly cost him everything. In Jonah chapter 2, we find one of the most dramatic prayers in the Bible spoken, not from a mountaintop or a peaceful room, but from the belly of a great fish. It's a raw confession, a cry for mercy, and a turning point that reveals just how far God is willing to go to bring us back. Jonah was a prophet, but he wasn't a willing one. When God called him to go to Nineveh, Israel's enemy, and preach repentance, Jonah ran in the opposite direction. He boarded a ship headed for Tarshish, hoping to escape God's plan. But you can't outrun the Almighty. A violent storm struck the sea, threatening to destroy the ship. When the terrified sailors discovered Jonah was the cause, they reluctantly threw him overboard and the storm ceased. That could have been the end, but God had other plans. Jonah was swallowed by a great fish, a terrifying yet merciful act. Inside that dark, suffocating place, Jonah came face to face with himself, his rebellion, and his God. And it's there in Jonah 2 that we hear his prayer. In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. This wasn't a formal religious ritual. It was a heart cracked open. Jonah admitted his fear, his failure, and his desperate need for God's mercy. He remembered the temple. He recalled God's faithfulness. He declared salvation comes from the Lord, and that's when everything changed. The fish spat him out onto dry land, not because Jonah earned it, but because God is rich in mercy and never gives up on his children. This moment is about more than a man and a sea creature. It's about the lengths God will go to reach us in our rebellion. It's about how true repentance begins, not with performance, but with surrender. Jonah's story reminds us that even in the darkest places, even when we've run the farthest, God hears us, and he's ready to restore. Maybe you've been running. Maybe shame, guilt, or fear has kept you from turning back. But it's not too late. Cry out to God from wherever you are. His mercy is deeper than your mistake. His grace reaches further than your failure. Read Jonah chapter 2. Let Jonah's desperate prayer stir something in you. And let the God who meets us in the deep lift you back into the light.